Good evening, good evening. Let's see. How is everybody doing? Hope you're having a fantastic Friday evening. So we're going to carry on with our Darth Malak project that we started a couple of days ago. Let's switch the music up just a little bit. Just a little bit. Let me get my reference picture. Let's see, where do I have that? Anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Yeah, I like the hello, Chris the Geek and Backyard TARDIS. I like the Knights of the Old Republic games a lot. If you didn't catch the first stream, I I found the old game, but it wouldn't load on my new computer, so I had to. I tried and I hoped for the best, but it wouldn't work. So I had to get rid of it and I was just cleaning out the house, and I thought, what am I going to do with this? Let me get my reference picture up here. But I want to see if we can finish Darth Malak this evening. If I can find my reference picture again. I should have saved it. I hope I've saved it. Or I can find it. There we go. Here we go. Found it. Yeah, Knights of the Old Republic. Hi, Miss Martin Muses. Enjoyed your stream the other day about soccer, or football as it's better known in the world. The World Cup coming up. See how that's going to go. I guess I'll just go ahead and get started with this stuff. Try to remember where I'm supposed to go with all of this. Yeah, I wish more people would talk about soccer for real, though. I mean, soccer has changed a lot since I was a kid. My dad is an official assessor. He used to be a player, then he was a referee, national referee, and now he's an assessor. And I used to play soccer myself, and so growing up with all the rules and everything, of course, because my dad was a referee back in the day, it's like I had kind of taken a break from watching soccer, and then I had it back on the TV, and like, oh my gosh, I'm like, how is it that they're allowed to like practically choke each other, sit on each other? I was watching men's US versus Mexico, and I know that it can get aggressive, but oh my goodness, this guy literally grabbed another dude by the neck. And then there's another instance where one of them got shoved down. The guy like jumped on top of him, his shoulders, and pushed him down and ended up sitting on him on the ground. And I don't even remember if he got a yellow card. And I'm like, this stuff used to be illegal. Or that's like Suarez. I think it's from Uruguay? He has a habit of biting people. Like literally watched him bite another guy. And like all he gets is basically a slap on the wrist. Like he got suspended for a couple of games. And I know that that's significant to a man's career, but he's biting people. That's not okay. For a professional sports player, that's not okay. I really didn't agree with that. I'm like, suspension for just a handful of games? For aggressively and violently attacking somebody? I don't understand that. And then my dad sometimes, when I ask him, like he'll go on these trips and different states and things like that, and the assessments and whatnot that come up, and I'm like, so what's changed? And he's like, well, this has changed and this has changed. So it used to be you weren't even allowed to like grab another person's jersey and all this kind of stuff and tear them down. And then here we are now. Like, I'm like, it's crazy. It's crazy. And don't get me wrong, soccer, I love it. I really do. The theatrics that go on in it nowadays, like Neymar Jr., phenomenal player. Oh my gosh. Love to watch him play. Hate to watch him roll on the ground, because of a paper cut, essentially. It's so embarrassing. So embarrassing. Like, it's just, let's see. Well, I mean, I'm not embarrassed, but I would think he should be embarrassed. Like, diving. Yeah, that guy's crazy. Again, phenomenal player, but this is, I don't understand. You got the dudes, the men, they'll all roll on the ground and cry and whine and do all these things. Then you got I'll never forget the women's soccer team. I want to say it was Korea. It could have been Japan. But I think it was Korea, their goalie. I'll never forget it. She took a ball to the face, right? She took out her eye over here. Swelled up. She couldn't see out of it. Kept on playing. Took another ball to the face. Hit her other eye. This woman's face looked like she'd been stung by a gigantic bee. Was so swollen. So swollen. And she was bleeding too. And she wanted to keep on. They had to literally drag her off the field because she didn't want to give up her chance to play. And I'm like, that's a real sportsman right there. Backyard TARDIS says, man, that sounds more like rugby than soccer. Yeah, for real. I mean, this woman was, as the saying goes, she was in it to win it. She wanted to be a part of the game. I mean, she'd spent her whole life waiting for this moment, and she was going to go fighting, and she did. They did replace her, though. Obviously for the better of the team, but I mean, that's what I'm saying. And then you got these guys rolling on the ground. Oh my gosh. He stepped on my foot, which, don't get me wrong, they've got their cleats on and everything, and I know that hurts. I understand, but I'm just saying, compared to... That's just crazy. So crazy. I'm going to see if we can finish Darth Malak this evening. Finish it. But I do enjoy rugby. Rugby is now my favorite sport to watch. I love watching all sports. I love watching the different Olympic games, curling, the skeleton, cross-country skiing, all that kind of stuff. I love it. Love it all. I basically love America versus the world. Yes, it could be professional crocheting. And if it's USA against everybody else, yes. Although so much has changed these days. But rugby, I used to be soccer was my number one sport, which I still love. I love watching soccer. But I used to really be into football, American football. I enjoyed that. But then I caught my first Rugby World Cup by accident, right? This channel surfing. And I'm like, ooh, what is this? And I'd never actually seen a rugby game before. And so I just decided to watch. And I'm like, whoa. Not to be use a pun, but game changer for sports. I was like, forget American football. American football is for pansies. Not trying to be mean. I'm just saying, these dudes their legs are the sides of tree trunks. And they don't stop. They just run and run and run and pass the ball, and they tackle, and they're bleeding from every orifice of their body. And they keep going. American football, go hit somebody as hard as you can. All right, let's take a break. All right, let's run 3 yards, take a break. Time for a commercial, take a break. I just can't with that anymore. I just can't. No shade on anybody who plays football. I know it's a lot of physical taxation, lots of risk, but it's just not for me anymore. It's so dull and boring. It's when you compare it to other sports, I'm just like, bye. I don't need this. I want to give me a real man sport. Hi, Anonymous. How are you? Hope you're doing well in your part of the world. I'm going to see if I can finish Darth Malak this evening. Unlucky Lord. Oh my goodness. It's Maria. I was thinking about you. Was it today or yesterday? I'm sorry. My days are running together. And I was just thinking about your channel and the stories you tell. And hopefully I know you're a busy gal. Hoping there are going to be some more stories in the future. I just need to go back and listen to the ones that I missed. I mean, it's my fault. My fault. Hockey. Now, I haven't sat down to officially watch an entire game, but I would like to. I'd like to go see an actual hockey game. That's a tough sport too. that's rugby on ice, isn't it? With sticks. Oh my goodness. All right, so I'm trying to figure out some of this highlighting and shadowing here because his lightsaber is illuminated, so some of that would reflect. But how are you doing, Maria? How is life? I know, like I said, you've been busy. How are things up there in the greater north? Thank you. It's looking pretty good too, I think. I'm trying to remember that I want it to be kind of like the Bastila one where I don't leave everything perfectly done. I wanted to leave it kind of exposed, or how do they say that with the cakes? Like shoot fire, what do they call it? Shabby chic? I don't know. Where they kind of leave them undone, you know, when they put the icing on, it's only like half done or whatever. Well, it's now -2, she says. Yeah, the coldest it got, I think it's supposed to get 21 Sunday night here. And thus far, I think the coldest it's gotten is 30, if I'm not mistaken. So it's getting cold. It's getting cold. It is making it feel a little bit more Christmassy for me. How is that for you, Maria, having lived in Peru all these years? How you handling it? You doing okay? Doing okay up there? I know you're not necessarily unfamiliar with it, but I mean, you got a big snowfall last Tuesday. Gosh, I don't remember the last time we had a big snowfall here in North Carolina. It's hit and miss. We didn't get any snow last year. We got some in the beginning of this year, but we didn't get any snow last year. It's crazy, 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 crazy. She says it was gorgeous. I just feel so blessed. Well, good for you. Yes, you know, I mean, we should feel blessed all year round, right? But of course, here in the States, we especially start counting our blessings because it's Thanksgiving is upon us. Let's see. He's got like these bands around his arm. So guys, you know that I've been talking about it for a little while now, but I started my gingerbread project a couple of days ago, and it's bigger than I thought it was going to like. It's just, I am not good with like size, space, measurements. I did measure, but I just made a measurement and didn't consider how big the entire structure would be at the end of all of my measuring. So I had like this large square. I got rid of one of my wardrobes, and it was very old, and I tore it apart, and they had these thin shelving in there, like that, what's it called? Compressed board or whatever it's called. Anyway, I was going to use that to put my gingerbread project on, and after I got all my pieces, I'm like, there is no way it's all going to fit on here. It's too big. So I literally have, if you've watched some of my live streams where you see me and you see my background, you'll notice that I have some shelving back there. I just took an extra shelf, and it takes up almost the entire shelf space. So that being said, I decorated it today, and I erected most of the structure today. It's just missing a couple of rooftops, but I didn't want to it took hours, and I didn't want to get frustrated. So I'm like, I'm just going to let some of it, the icing, set this evening and go back to it tomorrow. And so hopefully I'll have a video for that out in the beginning part of December. So that's for me. That's exciting. I'm on time. I'm on schedule. I can't wait to share it all with you guys. I mean, to each their own. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will say there, of course, there's some parts of it where I wish I had done differently. I got distracted while I was making the cookie dough and cutting things out, right? And so I didn't get to put as many windows in the structure as I really wanted to, so that when I put the lights inside of it, it would really... So I don't think it's as gimmicky, maybe put it that way, as gimmicky as my Stargate from last year. And I mean that in a good way. I don't know if I could ever outdo what I did last year, guys. It was just a fluke of nature. But I'll let you guys decide, when that video comes out. You guys see what I made this year. You let me know. I'm really proud of it, though, just because it's really pretty and it's standing tall. So that's always a plus. The fact that it's still standing after hours of sitting there. As I tell people all the time, and some people disagree with me, but I'm not a builder. So the fact that it's like... I've learned a lot, though, about gingerbread making and decorating. And so for anybody out there who maybe is perhaps getting ready to, or they're interested in making some gingerbread houses, pro tip here. And I say pro tip because it sounds cooler that way. I have no idea what the professionals do. But something I've discovered today when assembling is take either a paintbrush or a piece of paper towel, dip it in a little bit of water, not a lot, a little bit of water, and then the pieces of gingerbread that you're about to put the icing on, dampen just the edges underneath and then the edges of where you're going to put the icing on, and then adhere the icing to it. It'll help the icing stick to the gingerbread better, so that it doesn't just crumble and fall off like when it dries. It actually sticks to the gingerbread better. It's been a game changer for me. So just want to share that little bit there. And then if you're making structures that have towers or rooftops that are triangular pieces, like 4-sided, it's very important to make sure you level things. And also that they don't necessarily always have to be the same size. Sometimes the pieces on the outside can be a little bit smaller, but again, it's best if you dampen the edges on the outside and then put the icing on there. But flattening those, if you're doing gingerbread from scratch, I actually take a sander and sometimes a Dremel tool to the edges of my structures, so that everything's flat. That also will help make it easier to stand up, because it will literally just rest flat. So then it's damped, and then it also has the glue, if you will, of the icing. So just try to share some advice, if stuff that I'm learning. I wish I had known before I started my project. But let me catch up to see. Living next to the coast, not seen snow in years, says Anonymous. Yeah. Do you miss it? Do you enjoy not having snow regularly? Hello, brother Rudlock. Brad Wright had just said the new Stargate shows are dead in the water. I'm not mad about that. I'm a huge fan of Stargate, right? Stargate SG-1, the movie, love them. Can't wait to start watching them again. I just haven't taken the time. Love it. I'd like to find the books for it. But I'm actually okay with the fact that the new series that they're trying to come up with is not taking off. I don't want my franchise ruined. I want it live and let die. I know a lot of people might disagree with that stance, but I'd rather have the beautiful art pieces that we have from the TV shows right now than to get our hopes up. And I don't have much faith in Hollywood right now. Maybe if we got India to do it. India seems to be really stepping it up with it. Ryan Legion Games 2076. Tabitha, we miss you on Friday night. Oh, it's nice. Oh, it's nice to be missed. I hope you guys had a fantastic show. Thank you for being here, by the way. I hope you have had a fantastic show. He goes live every Friday night talking about pop culture. Has some really awesome guests on there, like the Hijabi Gamer, After the Weekend, Joker Voice, very knowledgeable people on stuff. Very knowledgeable people on stuff. Probably people too. People I don't know. He does a lot of reactions to what's it called? Eurovision stuff, like music video thingies. You know, a great idea for another year, the USS Enterprise. Maria, I really had thought about doing a Star Destroyer this year. I really did. Achilles Jones, hello. Oh, it's Darth Malak. This is a Mighty Sith. Hello, Achilles Jones. Yeah, I'm going to see if I can finish him off tonight and then figure out what we want to do on the next page. Hit me with some ideas. In the community tab, I had, sorry, I see my camera is loose here. I had asked, and some people said Qui-Gon, and then somebody had listed a person that I don't know who they are. I'm not well versed with everybody, especially if they're like in the Clone Wars or Rebels. I have no idea who these people are. I've never watched. Probably for the best right now. I agree. About Stargate, yeah. Like I would love to see with our technology that we have right now. I believe we could make a fantastic show, but they're not really willing to listen to a lot of the fans right now, and that makes me nervous. I wanted to see the ending to all the cliffhangers that Brad left. There's going to be a new Stargate. It's just going to be a reboot now of if Brad if Brad's not involved. See, and I don't want that. I don't want a reboot. There is nothing to reboot. Nothing to reboot. You know, even Stargate Universe, and I've never gotten past the first episode. But let's, you know, as bad as it was that I've heard from a lot of people, although some people enjoyed it, it is what it is. It's kind of like history. We have good moments in history, and we have bad moments in history. We don't redo history. We learn from it. And I think same thing with Stargate Universe. I did not enjoy what I saw. Don't try to redo Stargate Universe. Just make new stuff, you know? And maybe in a couple of years, I think it'd be so awesome if they would get Amanda Tapping to produce or direct some of the stuff. Since she's a producer herself, she would do a good job. She would have the heart of it, I think. I don't know if she'd be interested in it, but I believe she'd do a great job. She's been producing stuff for years. So. She would know people. I think she would do a bang up job. I really do. So, and it would also, you know, she wouldn't necessarily need to come. It would be a really cool way for her to come back without actually coming back into the show, without having to reuse old characters as much as I love them. But it's a little bit darker than it intended to be. I mean, I have my own ideas of what I think the show would be really cool. I think it would be neat to have alternative. I don't know. Maybe this was in Stargate Universe and I just don't have a clue. But I think it would be really neat to have. And I don't know all the lore of Stargate. I'm one of those people where I love many franchises. I don't like to know everything because then I feel like there's no magic left for me. And so I just kind of want to learn over the years. I don't want to go out and research everything and just let it come. And so, but anyway, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong with some of my ideas. But I think a neat idea. Bear with me here. If there were alternative time frames, like we've seen in the show many times, right? Alternative universes, and you have new characters, different ages, and things like that, right? And they come, and there's like a glitch in the world, if you will, right? A glitch in the power of the Stargate. And these people from these different timelines, or different universes, if you will, different universes, they end up getting captured or going through this glitch, right? And I haven't worked out all the details, so, you bear with me here. I'm just exploring some thoughts. Not exactly a glitch in the Matrix, Maria, but you could say that. But yeah, there's like this glitch in the energy force that basically surrounds us in the universe, right? In this science fiction world. And if you will, there's like this, for lack of a better word, because I'm not a sciencey person, but there's like this island in the middle of all the universes. It's not anywhere in the world. It's in the space in between. And when I say this island, I mean that loosely, but just as a general idea. There's this hub, this bubble, this island. And there's a place where the power source is kind of just hovering there. Again, it's not necessarily, it's more ethereal. It's not necessarily something that's harnessed by technology. It just exists because it exists. And these people end up there, and I think it'd be kind of cool to, so hang on, I'm getting ahead of myself. Now, so I will say, of course, I am a big fan of Janet Fraser. She's kind of one of those pretty cool side characters. I think it would be different, since she wasn't necessarily a mainstream character, that out of all the characters to bring back, she would be on this island, right? And one by one, these people pop in, and they meet her, and they're like, some of them know her, but they don't know her as she is in this particular place, because she comes from a different timeline. So I think it'd be neat if she were a doctor, but she was more of like a psychologist, or I don't know, pseudosciences or something like this, right? So she'd be a doctor. Some of them be like, oh, she's Dr. Fraser, and be like, yeah, I am. They're like, you were such a great, chief of medical staff, and she'll have no idea what they're talking about, because that wasn't her world. And she has been there, if you will, because if you like, let's just, again, we're just hypothetical, just daydreaming here. But if they actually use Tarawatri, that she's actually been there for the 20 some years that she's been gone from the show. And that could be one story of what happened to her, and just different things like that. Anyway, and they ask what the place is, and she's like, because there are other people there with her that have come through this glitch. She's like, we've been trying to figure that out. All we can figure out is that this is the essence of the power source. And every now and then it will glitch and bring people there, but sometimes people will leave too, but they don't know how to harness that energy to actually go through the glitch. And so as one by one of these different characters come through this glitch, they use it, but they'll go through different timelines. I haven't thought of everything. That's just kind of a brief idea. And I think it'd be kind of neat, like if they go to one section of the island where, if you will, the power kind of is and resides. And it's basically, they've nicknamed it the Book of Days, because it's the beginning of where everything started, because it is the essence and the life force of the power in and of itself. and it kind of catches a glimpse into the different days of the alternative universes. But that's just my idea, just something I daydream about. Not necessarily, want to make it all about Dr. Frasier. I just think it would be an interesting change. It would be a character that nobody really, I don't think anybody would think about bringing back. I just something, just musings. In the current environment, they would do a Stargate. What they did to Wheel of Time, just awful. I saw a story about someone trying to adapt the Stormlight Archive. Makes me nervous. Oh, and then Maria says the Stormlight Archives. I'd love to see that, but well done. Okay, so see, maybe it's already kind of been done. Maybe my idea's just already been there. I haven't watched all of Stargate. While I'm a big fan, you guys know, can't get past season 6. Can't do it. Backyard TARDIS one day. The next time I promise, one day, when I decide to go through my DVD collection and actually finally open it, because it's still packaged from last year. It's just somehow, it's just so special leaving it wrapped. I got the complete series for Christmas last year. I just can't bring myself to open it. But anyway, I promise, when I do start watching it, I will finally sit down and watch through it. I will get past season 7. I'll do it, I swear. You heard it here, folks. Hold me accountable. And I'll learn about what you guys are talking about, because I don't know. And because I didn't know. But all good and fun. People have their fan fiction and all that kind of stuff. That would be my fan fiction. Again, I don't have all the wherewithal. I don't know everything about Stargate. But I learn every time I go. Maybe because I'm just such a ridiculous geek, and I'm not really a geek. I'm a nerd. I might actually sit down. I think it would be fun. Tell me I'm weird. It's okay. Wouldn't be the first time. But I might get a journal. A rough-looking bound journal. And next time I sit down, make it like a field guide of notes for Stargate, things that I learn. And do basically like a sketchbook, like my Star Wars sketchbook, but for Stargate, while I watch the TV show. I would love that. I'm doing that. I'm going to take my experience, my TV experience, to a whole nother level. I'm going to make a field guide, my own field guide to Stargate next time I watch. What do you think? Crazy? Ridiculous? Let's see. Oh, and also, I have. If Brad Wright was doing it, then it would be done well. It's his characters. Just remember that it should be fun. Don't push down something that doesn't. Just remember that it should be fun. Don't push down something that just doesn't go down well. What do you mean? Watching Stargate? Did I misunderstand something? Oh, do you mean not watching the rest of the series? I just didn't want to watch one of my favorite characters die. Okay, I just wasn't ready for that emotionally. I really invested in these characters, okay? I don't like change. Maybe I finally am. Is that what you're talking about, Maria? my unwillingness to watch the show or finish the show. Wow, great idea for a story. Book of Days, kind of the biblical secret place, but for sci-fi fans to read. Dreaming Tab of the channel name makes sense. I guess I wasn't intending it for it to be religious or anything like that, but I guess you could say that. Um, Stargate, Book of Days. I'll just draw my own characters, just make my own little book. She says yes. Well, that's just the hard part, Maria. I know we gotta face facts. People die, people move on, people ascend, but I just wasn't ready for it. Wasn't ready for it. Had it not been for Pinterest, I would have made it through. But I saw it on Pinterest. Spoilers. Of course, that's what happens when you step into a franchise 20 years later. All the surprises are gone. Maria's got to go. Well, Maria, thank you for being here. Always a pleasure. You sleep well. Get some rest. Enjoy your weekend. Hi, hello, High Tower. Oh, I was also going to say, guys, that I have eligible sales going on my Etsy shop. Put a link in the description box for you guys. You can check things out. There's got some new stuff in the shop if you haven't been there in a while. And 'tis the season and all that. Support small business. Don't just check me out, but check out other people on Etsy and buy some cool stuff. Help out some small business. So it's really cool when you buy from Etsy, especially around the holidays. Not only are you maybe getting something for yourself, but you're making somebody else's Christmas really fantastic. Maybe you're buying a present for a friend or something, or a family member there. You're making their Christmas, and again, the shop owner's Christmas. It's more than just a gift for one person, really, whenever you buy small business. Some really cool stuff out there. Some people, man, it was really cool back in 2020. There was somebody. You're not allowed to give things away for free on Etsy, which I get that, but there was this one person that made soap and was trying to give it away for free, and the best that they just said, cover the shipping cost. And they just, because, the world was trying to be cleaner and they were trying to kill the germies and everything like that. And this person in their small corner of the world wanted to do their best and help out. And they basically gave away free soap. And that was just really cool. A really nice little way to do their part, if you will, to do what they could to help out. Backyard Tortoise says people can come back as well. Nobody is truly dead in Stargate. Keep watching. Yeah, that's what I've heard, but still, it's not the same. It's not the same. I will. I promise. I swear to cow that next time I watch, I will. Hey, Matt Vader, popping in to say hi. That looks great. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm getting ready to just I think I kind of like, I'm going to put a couple of little streaks down here, and then I need to go grab a coloring pencil to do his lightsaber. And I love these little dots that came through from our Bastila picture that just kind of bled through. Might do some writing over here, maybe some Sith writing about Darth Malak or something like that. I have to find some information. Just kind of think it'd be really cool to write it down this way. I always thought that one day, says Brother Rudlock, they would meet the furries, and it turned out the name was just a bad translation of what they are. Not an Ewok looking thing, but like Island of Dr. Monroe creatures. Oh, interesting idea. But thank you for popping in, Matt Vader. Hope you are having a fantastic weekend. Okay, let me see. I'm going to have to step away for just a second and go find a coloring pencil. Feel free to chat amongst each other. And we'll be back in about 7 seconds. All right. Is that 7 seconds? Oh, she's counting down. Did I make it? Did I make it in time? Let's see. How often do you draw? That's great ambiance music for drawing in the background. A little late. Did I make it a little late? Darn. I feel like your inner clock is just too fast. That's all. That's my story. I'm sticking with it. Let's see. If you guys think I have a lot of pencils, you would be wrong. I don't have enough. Which I actually don't. For a lot of my drawings, I need more variety. I need different browns. I need a lot more flesh tones, different greens. That was more than 7 seconds. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go back and count. I'll go back and count. In the rewatch there. Keep you guys honest. How often do I draw is what Hightower asked. In my own personal life, very often. Here on YouTube, I try to do I'm trying to do rather about twice a week, sometimes more. It just kind of depends. Schedules just kind of get a little wonky. Different things pop up, and now with the holiday seasons, but I don't really have a set schedule as of yet. Working on it. But I do typically do them later in the evening. Let's try these colors. Let's see. How am I going to do this? Let's look at our reference picture once more. Well, that's a terrible looking lightsaber. Oh, this is because I've been trying to draw a toy, apparently. My reference painting is a toy. Well, let's see what we can do. Reference picture, excuse me. Let's see what we're going to do here. Let me scoot this up a wee bit. Hope you guys have been enjoying these drawing and painting sessions and these coloring sessions. I also have my Harry Potter one that I worked on the other day. I just finished the digital version of my Harry Potter chibi. He turned out really cute. Little head wig behind him. I'm going to try to do some more of the characters. I'm going to put them on my Etsy as well when I get the backgrounds done. Yeah, just have fun. Do you know Harry Potter? Some of you may have heard me say this before on other streams, but Harry Potter I don't watch Harry Potter for Harry Potter. He's actually not one of my favorite characters. I mean, he's all right. Of course, he's essential to the story, but I don't watch Harry Potter for Harry Potter. Yeah, he's not my favorite character. How do I stay motivated? Well, I mean, just going to be completely honest here. When I do see that people like or share, like on social media, when they share my artwork, um, when people purchase my artwork, but on, if I'm going to be real, on the days where, or during the times when sales are kind of down, and things aren't really bumping up, to stay motivated, it's not easy. It's not for the faint of heart. Um, I I have this inherent desire to just create. Everything I do is just manufactured to manufacture, to create. And there have been plenty of times where I've wanted to quit and just be like, I'm going to get a real job. But this is a real job. It just, your perspective has to kind of change. But I stay motivated because honestly, my faith is an integral part of my determination and my ambition. Um, I know that God gave me this talent and has been helping me with my developing my skills. And the Bible says, in all thy ways acknowledge him and he shall direct your paths. And when I was working at a studio and I was trying to figure out what to do with my life, all this kind of stuff, I was telling God, I'm like, what do I do? Should I just go out and get a regular job? I don't know what my next step is. He just kind of showed me, that this is where I need to be. And it's not that easy, but I stay motivated knowing that there's someone who can see beyond what I cannot see, what is not there. It's not easy. I stay motivated because this is what I love doing. Um, kind of a difficult question to sometimes answer, and we all have different perspectives. But I stay motivated because I can't stop doing this. It's who I am. And but don't get me wrong. Like at times I thought about quitting. Just stop. Just be like everybody else. It'd be easier. Um, God made me this way for a reason. Hello, Demanjanai. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. I think I'm gonna stay like this. I think I say I know and then I say I think. His suit kind of is red too, but I'm afraid if I make his shoulder pads and chest plate here red, it will take away from the beauty and intensity of the blade right here. So I think I'm going to stop with that. Let me put these away really quick. And then I'm going to see. It would be really cool to some words. I don't know that much about Darth Malak. Let's see. So I don't know what all I could write, but maybe. There's some fancy pens, some fine pens. I just brought up the Sith alphabet. Now I don't know if when the way that you write in Sith, if it's the same way in English as far as the is spelled THE. But we're just gonna kind of go for it. So let's see here. Again, I do want this to be a little bit, imperfect because that kind of goes with the vibe. So let's see here. This doesn't look like the same kind of Sith lettering. This is false because the Sith lettering is supposed to look like this. And these do not look like this. What is this? What is this false thing here? Let's see. Where's the Sith font? Oh, that's a different Sith font. That is like some kind of almost Arabic looking thing. No, that's what I typed in Sith font instead of Sith. Ow. It would help if I spelled alphabet correctly. Sometimes my dyslexia is just weird. Common Sith. Interesting. Where's the font that I didn't realize there was uncommon Sith font. Here it is. Top? Is that how we pronounce it? Do you have artists that inspire you? If so, who are they? I actually don't keep track. I don't actually keep track of a lot of different lists. Let's see. Charge the battery. I don't actually keep track of a lot of other artists. I'm more of a live in the moment, appreciate what's in front of you kind of person. A lot of people have asked me, like, who inspires you? Like, just different people, but I don't keep track of names. I just see something like maybe on Pinterest or, Google, things like that. And I just learn from what they do. I see it and I try to adapt it into my artwork. So for me, I have no idea what my style is. I don't know any of all that stuff. But I do know that blending is what I enjoy doing the most. And so when I look at other people's artwork, like, how did they blend that? How did they make that look so good? And I just don't keep up with other artists. For me, that just kind of helps to make, not ensure, but just helps me a little bit with not having to compare myself to other people. But always getting better. It's okay to compare, artwork. It's not okay to compare skill level. That's always I'm going to use my Star Wars $1 bill somebody got me for Christmas a couple years ago. It's got little Grogu on it. Hey, JT. Good to see you. Hope you're doing well, sir. Hope you're having a fantastic weekend. I should check out Late Night with Cap. There's some really cool people on his show. And they talk about all kinds of stuff. Let's see. M.A. I was on his show once. And talked about Bigfoot. It's a cool conversation. Talked about Bigfoot. Why not? And I enjoyed that. It's fun. It's kind of like a backwards cage here thing. I need to get back to painting. It's been a little while since I've painted. I'm working on a special oil painting depicting a prominent YouTuber, and it's turning out really cool. I just need to finish it. You're welcome to come back on, says JT. I may do returning guests after the first of the year. Sure, let me know. I'd love to come back on. All right, so that says Malak. So if I turn it this side, it's kind of small. Whoops. I think it would be neat. I'm going to do this like freehand here. So his name is a little bit more structured. And then do this by hand. I'm going to write Darth in the Sith language. I'm not good with fonts. I'm not good with like design. So please don't come for me. Which I figured that out quickly in my career as an artist, that letters are not my forte. Even these made up letters, I am not good with that. Some people are just gifted. And then as far as design concepts, like free drawing or freehanded, I'm not good with that either. I figured that out when I started doing gingerbread houses. I was just trying to fill in some space. D-A-R-T. I need to have a kind of reference in front of me. Otherwise, it all goes cattywampus. Alright, so that says Darth. Maybe I'll write Sith Lord underneath it too. And then I think I'll just want to leave it like that. No, I think if I write Sith Lord, it's going to be too much. Kind of simple. But I like it. Alright, what do you guys think? I think I like it. So we finished Darth Malak in 2 nights. Excellent. Now we just have to finish Harry Potter and fill up some of these pages here with the next person. Thank you, JT. I think he looks pretty good. I've been really enjoying these sketching sessions, and they've really been helping me. And this turned out a lot better than I thought it would. His mouth totally freaked me out. I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to. I was afraid it wouldn't be able to get that to translate well. That it would look like just a bunch of janky teeth and not like mechanical stuff. But I think it's okay, especially with this gear and this big thing over here. So, well, guys. Thank you for hanging out with me on this Friday evening when you could be in bed or doing something productive. I appreciate your support. If you want to look for other ways to support the channel, of course you can in the description box down below. But I appreciate you being here. Thank you for giving me the likes, the thumbs up. If you're new here, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I will have other videos coming out next week, more than just sketching late night. I'm going to be doing a traveling video where I went to the Renaissance Fair and drew some pictures. And look forward to that. He says, good night. I'm doing the dishes. you do those dishes. And yeah, I'll see you guys hopefully before Thanksgiving. Have a great rest of your evening. Again, thanks so much for hanging out.